Good evening and welcome to Ralph's house. Yeah, I'm out in the garden this evening and it's dusk. You can tell by the amount of birds that are singing. Big pile of wood. This is all the remnants of the old fence, and very difficult to get rid of wood in an environmentally friendly way. I can't really think of a way of recycling it, and the alternative to burning it, I suppose, would be to get a skip. So the lorry driver's got to drive here all the way, burning up fossil fuels to take it back, and what will they do with it at the other end? Burn it. So, you know, I might as well do it, and a lot of it's full of woodworm, unfortunately, so it'd be good to get rid of it. Still got a few sections of fence to do. Big pile of wood down there, and I've got another 200 quid's worth of wood coming to create a back fence. I've got a sort of plan for that, so that it can be this kind of fencing, but so that I can lift it out if I need to get a vehicle in or out, which, you know, I think that'd probably be the way to do it. I could at a later date, if I wanted to, put gates on it, but there's not a lot of room out in that alleyway, so and I'm not going to be wanting to drive in and out all the time, so I think it'll be alright just to put a fence straight across the back. Depending on how things go, I may put a gate one end, but I can do that later on. It's not a pressing need, is it really? So main thing is getting all this burnt, and it's all well seasoned, but of course it's rained a bit this week, so the wood's slightly damp, so to be able to burn it I have to get this really hot before I put any extra bits of wood in, and then they sort of dry out in seconds and then burn. But, you know, it's not just stuff I've got to do in the day, it's stuff I've got to do in the evening as well. And I've got plenty of this to put through tonight. I don't know whether I'll get it all done, but I'm going to keep going as late as I can, perhaps to about 10 o'clock, and then we'll call it a day. Whether I'll get all this through, who knows? And the next day, and actually I'm lying, it's the next afternoon, but it's been like this, well, since this morning, so I won't be working out in this. But we did get the wood pile down a lot. I've only got a little bit left, and we're full of ash, so I think I'm going to do the sensible thing and stay indoors today, because even the fish, look, see them in the corner there, look, they're just laying there. It's raining, we're not coming up, so I think we'll have another go tomorrow, but this is not good. Well, fortunately, despite the weather prediction for rain today, it hasn't so far, but the clouds don't look good, so I think we probably will get some. But I was out here this morning, unfortunately I didn't manage to burn all of the wood, but I made a nice pile. I think it'll dry better sitting like that, and also brought onto the pile some other wood that I've got to cut Monday. I won't go out with my circular saw on a Sunday. I'm what you call a reasonable neighbour, I think, so that's why I'm not doing that today, but I will be doing it Monday. So it's a gradual clear up really, but I really need to get rid of all the wood before I can start seeing what's actually going on. As for the garage demolition, I have found a use for the concrete posts, well, at least some of them, and they will lay flat at the bottom of the fence and act as the standoff, so that the bottoms of the fence don't get rotten. Smart idea, eh? I'll pick out the ones that at least look tidiest. That's a nice clean one, and so that's what we'll do, because I'm just really waiting on the wood, and that's a turnaround of 2 to 10 days, which is a long time really to be sitting here with this pathetic netting I really want to get this fence in because I can't really make any progress on anything else until I've got the fence in, because I need to get this garden shielded effectively. As for the garage, well, obviously I'm left with these raw ends, but I thought what I'll do, and these are the bolts that came through and held the existing panels, and I'm going to put longer bolts through, and I'm going to bolt on a piece of timber here, and then from that make a frame that will close off the end of this garage. And well, we'll look at the price of wood, but maybe I can use this stuff in long enough lengths, or I don't know, I forget what it's called. It's for cladding for sheds. Could do that across the front, that's possible. Variety of materials I could use. You know, I did consider using breeze block, but I don't want to go for that because the long-term plan is to move this garage at a later date. The main thing is to get it sealed off so I can get all my tools in and out of the way, because the house is absolutely full of them and I can't find what I need. It's becoming very frustrating. So as for this top end, I think I mentioned this earlier, I've still got some asbestos sheets. I've got the, I don't know, what do you call those, the top bit in the middle. Well, it's not coving, is it? I've got a length of that. These two bits of angle iron that come out, I'm going to put new nuts and bolts through those, and I'm going to cut them shorter so there's enough for this roof to sit on this end. And I'll come up with, I've got some more angle iron, I'll extend this out up here as well to take the weight of the roof, so that at least that roof extends out a bit. So that's kind of where I am with that. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna go in because that sky looks pretty dark. Look at that. Yeah, I don't think I want to be out here too much longer, but I did make a fair bit of progress today, and good really for a Sunday. Yeah, quite pleased with that. As you can see, look, the camper itself only goes in there, let's say 3 foot. Alright, 4 foot, we'll call it 4 foot. But bearing in mind, if I come forward 4 foot, that's about there, and I've still got all that to the boundary line, so I've got enough room to get my vehicles on, which is really what I need to get done. Get the fencing, and then after that I can work in my own time and sort out all the things that I've got to sort out, of which there's much, but at least there'll be some kind of hard standing. And then I will, over the summer, make a new hard standing for that garage somewhere else, and then we can get all this broken up, smashed up, and then get the whole thing properly screeded with concrete. It's got to be done properly, and I can't you know, I can't live like this sort of long term, but at least it will seal off the garden. As far as working on Volkswagens, which I have done pretty much most of my life, I've decided that really what I can do is put up I can get a canopy, a stretch canopy that will go up over the top, give me some shelter in the summer. The fence will be high enough to shield me if I've got to do any welding, so nobody's going to get arc-eye looking out of a window or anything. So that should work pretty well. So that's it really for Sunday. I'm going back in. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.